Welcome back to my channel guys. In this video I'm going to install heated mirrors in my Volkswagen Vento. So this mirror has three functions which are different from the normal mirror. First, that it is heated. Second, it has anti-glare properties, and third, it is slightly wide angle than the normal mirror. So the first step is to remove the door panel, and in order to do that you have to first remove this trim. This will have two T30 bolts and one T30 bolt right there. So after removing the trim, these are the two T30 bolts, just one here and one right there. Just remove these two screws and this one screw and the door panel will come right off. Now the door panel is removed. Now in order to remove the side mirror, you have to first unscrew this T20 bolt. So after removing that trim, you have to unbolt this screw. For that I am using a 6mm Allen key. So now before removing the side mirror, just make sure you unplug all the couplers from the door panel. Now just gently pull it out. Like this. So now the next step is to remove this mirror from this side mirror frame. In order to do that, you have to just pluck out this mirror from the left side. You can use a screwdriver or you can just fit in your fingers and just pop it out. After removing the mirror, there are going to be three T20 bolts, one here, second here and third here. Just unbolt these three screws and then carefully just pull out this outer frame and this whole panel will come off. So after the bolts are removed, you have to just unclip these two clips which you see right at the top. So these are the puddle lights which I have installed. I installed it around 2 weeks back. I have installed some videos and photos. I'm quickly going to share it right here. So I'm going to show you some photos and videos of that time I was installing it. So on the right side, this is the stock mirror which comes with the car, and on the left side is the heated mirror which is anti-glare and wide angle that we're installing. And you can see the difference in terms of the viewing angles and the amount of area it is covering. You can see on the right side, right now the phone looks kind of zoomed in, and when I go to the left side, like it just zooms out, you can see. So this is how the mirrors look from the back side. You can see this mirror has 2 points that are used to power the heated function, and I'm going to show you in the later part of the video that how you can do that wiring. And on the stock mirror you can see that this space is empty. So this is the wire which came with the kit. So we are going to use these 2 pins to power this heated function. You have to just snap it in. So after you have installed these 2 clips with this wire, you have to just place this mirror back into that mirror housing and do the wiring. So I'm going to follow the same path the actual OEM wiring is going through. Just right through there, and it will come from down below. So now you can see that I have reassembled the side mirror assembly, and this is the wire for the heated function, the positive and the negative. So now we are going to just plug in the mirror and just place it. So now you can see that I have installed both the wires into this mirror, and with this this installation is almost complete. Only the wiring is left. So now we are going to just carefully place this mirror back into this mirror housing. So with this, the installation of mirror is complete. You can see that I have soldered both the wires. This yellow wire is the extension wire which will be used to power the heated function, and I have completely soldered it. So now I'm going to just quickly wrap this wire with the felt tape. Now I have reinstalled the side mirror in the car and I have wrapped the whole wire with the felt tape. Now we are going to take this wire through this grommet, then through here, then to the center console just above the stereo. So I have routed the wire through this internal grommet and this is the wire, and same on the other side, you can see this is the wire. So I am going to connect this wire to the rear defogger switch, which is the best way to do it. Otherwise the most OEM way to do it is to connect it to the BCM, but for that you'll need to upgrade to a BCM Max and you'll need a new switch which has a heated function, and after that you will need to code it. So I have not upgraded to a BCM Max, so I'm directly going to connect it to the rear defogger. So to reach this switch, you have to first remove this panel and take out the stereo. This will have 4 T20 bolts, and behind there are going to be 4 T20 bolts holding the frame of the stereo. You have to take both the things out and then you will be able to access this switch. Now I have removed the stereo, and now you have to just unbolt these 4 screws, 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom, and these 2 screws, and then this whole frame will come off, and then you will be able to access this switch from bottom. So I have removed the stereo and the AC unit, and this is how it looks after removing these 2 things. So we have to connect the wires which are coming from the side mirror to this particular coupler. This is the coupler for the rear defogger, and we have to connect both the wires, the positive and negative, to this terminal. So I checked the connections of this button and I was not getting any 12 volt connection from any of the wires of this coupler. This only has a 5 volt connection which just triggers the BCM, and then the BCM sends the 12 volt signal to the rear defogger. So what we are going to do is we are going to connect the wires directly to the rear defogger, but we cannot do it directly. For that we need to add a 4-pin relay. So one of the ways which I was trying was to get it connected to the 53rd fuse, which is the rear defogger fuse, just right here. But this fuse has constant power, so we cannot use this fuse to connect to the relay. So what we are going to do is we are going to take the 12 volt signal from the 42nd fuse, you can see right here. So this has power when the ignition is on. So we are going to take the 12 volt connection from here, and then we are going to take that wire back to the rear defogger. So here you can see it is the rear defogger, and this is the 12 volt connection, but it stays 0 volt when the defogger button is off, and when the defogger button is on, the 12 volt connection comes into this wire. So we are going to tap into this wire and we are going to take the positive connection as a trigger wire, as a trigger signal for the relay. So the 12 volt is coming from the fuse and the 12 volt trigger is going to connect it into the relay. So this is the relay which we're going to use. It's a 4-pin 30 ampere relay. So the wiring diagram I am going to just attach a pic so you can refer to it. So what we're basically going to do is this right side is the trigger wire which we are going to connect it to directly to the rear defogger. So when we press the defogger button, the 12 volt connection is going to trigger here. This left pin is for the ground, which we are going to ground it on the chassis. This center pin is the 12 volt line which is coming directly from the fuse box, that is the fuse number 42, and this top pin is going to connect it to the heated ORVMs. So now why we need to add this relay is just simple, because the defogger button doesn't have a 12 volt connection. It has a 5 volt connection which just triggers the BCM, and then the BCM triggers the 12 volt signal into the line. So we have to add the wires after the BCM. So for that we need this relay. So we are also going to add this 10 amp inline fuse right after the 12 volt connection we are going to take from here. So after the 12 volt connection from the wire, in between the wire we have to add this fuse just for an extra added safety. So now the installation is complete and I have done all the wiring which was required to get this heated function working with the stock rear defogger switch. You can see, if you notice correctly, you can see that these side mirrors are slightly wider than the normal stock mirrors. If you'll see on the right side, you'll be able to see 20 to 30% more area than the stock mirror. So now these mirrors are heated, wide angle and anti-glare. So when someone flashes high beam from back side, these mirrors will be able to absorb that light. So it is almost night time, as you can see. So now I'm going to show you that how useful these puddle lights are. You can see, I'm going to unlock the car. See, this whole area is illuminated, and when I will unlock the car, it turns off. It also has that fade in and fade out feature. You can see it glows out like this, and like same on the other side. You can see. So these are really helpful. You can easily spot if there is any pothole.